Hey, it's Dr. Newton from 1981 MD. Let's discuss phentermine and how to obtain a prescription. So, phentermine is a prescription medication used as an appetite suppressant to aid in weight loss. It works by decreasing appetite signals in the brain and by activating the sympathetic nervous system, which is often referred to as our fight or flight response. These two pathways lead to a suppression of hunger and an increase in the amount of energy burned in the body. Now, phentermine has been around for a very long time. It was approved in 1959 for short term use. And while some individuals may find themselves using phentermine for longer than the recommended 3 months, it's important to consult with your prescribing physician regarding what is safe and appropriate for your specific situation. Now, in the 1990s, phentermine was combined with another medication called fenfluramine, and it was marketed under the name fen-phen. Now, this particular combination was discontinued due to serious heart complications that were associated with the fenfluramine. So, phentermine is still available and it does not carry the same risk of those complications seen with fen-phen. Now, the most common dosing schedule for phentermine involves the use of a 37.5 milligram tablet. Patients are typically advised to either take a half of a tablet or one whole tablet daily in the morning. Because phentermine acts as a stimulant, it can lead to insomnia or disrupted sleep patterns if taken in the afternoon or the evening. And so that's why we recommend that you take it in the morning. Now, the most common side effects include insomnia, increased heart rate, headache, restlessness, and dry mouth. And these side effects occur because the phentermine is activating the body's fight or flight nervous system. However, the goal is to prescribe phentermine, giving the lowest, most effective dose that minimizes the side effects while still leading to weight loss. Now, because phentermine is a stimulant, you want to also avoid combining it with other stimulants like caffeine, alcohol, or over the counter decongestants, because if you do take them at the same time, it will increase the likelihood of you experiencing side effects, which is what you don't want. So, if you find it difficult to reduce your caffeine intake, or it will be difficult to significantly decrease your alcohol consumption, then phentermine is likely not the best weight loss prescription option for you, and you should consider a different one. Now, phentermine is classified as a controlled substance, which means that there will be regulations surrounding its access, which can vary depending on the state that you reside in. In some states, it is required that you have an inpatient, or excuse me, an in-person consultation before you can obtain a prescription. But other states can or tend to be more flexible, and you can actually obtain a prescription through an online telehealth consultation. So it's really important to know your state's laws and how they determine you gain access to controlled substances. So that was general information about phentermine. Now let's talk about how you obtain a prescription. So the first step is to check your BMI, and you can use an online calculator by inputting your height and your weight to determine your body mass index. Now, in general, for insurance coverage, you must have a BMI of 30 and above, or a BMI of 27 to 29 plus one or two weight related medical conditions. Now, I've put some examples of what that would be on the screen for you. Your specific healthcare plan will tell you how many weight related medical conditions that they require. So it's important to check in with your plan. And so, what that means is that if you have a BMI of 26.9 or below, your insurance will not cover the weight loss injections. And if they are not covered, then you will have to pay out of pocket for phentermine. Excuse me, I said injections, but I meant the phentermine. So when you think about your BMI, there are some people who do not meet the technical definitions of obesity or overweight per their BMI number. And you may have a BMI of 25 or less, but you still want to use a weight loss medication to help you get your weight down. Now, you can actually still do that, but again, the insurance will not cover it because of your BMI. Now, me personally, I will not prescribe any weight loss medications to anyone who has a BMI of 18 or below. So check in with the prescribing clinician to determine how and when they will prescribe weight loss medications, which include phentermine and the others that are available. Okay, so first thing you do is check your BMI. Step two is you have to check your healthcare plan to determine if phentermine is covered, because some people may meet the BMI requirements, but their insurance does not actually cover phentermine, regardless of their BMI status. So it's really important for you to check your healthcare plan. Now, let's say you meet the BMI criteria and your insurance will cover phentermine. Some insurance companies will require an additional step, which is a prior authorization form that your doctor completes. The prior authorization form allows the insurance company to review your lifestyle, meaning your diet and your exercise. They will also review any current or previous attempts at weight loss, and they want to know what other weight loss medications you have used before. And so all of that information will be obtained during your doctor's visit and put in the visit note, which is sent along with the prior authorization form to the insurance company. And then they will decide if they will approve or deny coverage. Now, some insurance companies work with pharmacy benefit managers such as Express Scripts, Optum Rx, or CVS Caremark. And so you will actually have to send the prior authorization form to those benefit managers instead of the insurance company. Now, if phentermine is approved by the insurance company, then you will pick up the phentermine from your local pharmacy. If phentermine is approved by the pharmacy benefit manager, then they will mail the phentermine to your home. Now, if your insurance denies coverage of phentermine, then you will have to pay out of pocket for it. And when you pay out of pocket, you can pick it up from your local pharmacy. And here are some prices, average costs, deciding or according to the pharmacy that you use with a GoodRx coupon. So phentermine tends to be more affordable out of pocket when you compare it to those weight loss injections. So that's the general process on how to obtain a prescription for phentermine. Now, if you're interested in obtaining a prescription from 1981 MD, then we will discuss that process next. So you must have a minimum of one office visit in Alabama every 12 months, according to Alabama's controlled substance laws. Now, for follow-up visits, you must be physically located in a state where I have a medical license. So that's Alabama, Florida, Mississippi, or Tennessee. But you will be required to come into the office before you will be able to obtain a prescription for phentermine. And that is because it is a controlled substance and because of the Alabama laws surrounding controlled substances. Now, after you've checked your BMI, your insurance coverage, and you are okay coming to the office for a visit, you will schedule a video visit and complete the intake form. And you can do that one of two ways. So you can either go to the weight loss page of the website and click on the button to complete the intake form. After you submit it, you'll have the opportunity to schedule the initial video visit. The other way is to go to the website and click schedule visit. And you can find that on any page. and it'll be at the top of the website. And so you go in, you schedule the video visit, and then you will be emailed the intake form to complete. Now, I get a lot of questions about labs, so let's discuss that. Now, you will have the opportunity to upload your most recent labs from your primary care doctor or from anywhere else that you've had labs done, and you will be able to do that in the intake form. Now, if you don't have labs and you need them ordered, then I can order them for you. And so I can send you an email with the order sheet, and you can take it to the lab of your choice, and then they will fax me the lab orders so that I can review them. Now, here is a list of labs that I usually order. At the absolute bare minimum, I do need to look at your comprehensive metabolic panel, which is what we call the CMP, so that I can check your liver and your kidney to make sure it's okay. But these other labs are also helpful because they give me an idea of what might be happening in your metabolism that's dysfunctional. And it will also allow me to determine if you have any actual disease process going on, like diabetes, prediabetes, and those sorts of things. And so it is very helpful to have those labs. Now, some people want additional labs, like hormone labs, to be added for review, and we can add those to your lab order. So one of the main questions that I get about labs is the cost. And so you can bill your labs to your insurance company. If you choose to go that route, just know that 1981 MD is not involved in the actual billing process. And so that is done by the lab company, and they will send the bill to your insurance company. So because they determine the cost, we cannot give you a quote of how much the labs will cost. Now, once the lab company sends the bill to your insurance company, they will decide if they will pay all, some, or none of the bill. So if there is a balance left, you will be responsible for paying the balance to the lab company. Now, what some people will do is they will ask for a price estimate from the lab before actually having the labs done. So you can consider doing that if you want to know the price or cost of the labs. Now, if you don't have health insurance, or you do, but you don't want to use it because you're always stuck with a high bill, then you can choose to pay out of pocket for your labs. And because you're choosing to pay out of pocket, then I can actually give you a quote of how much it will cost. Labs that are self-pay will be sent to LabCorp. So you will go to a local LabCorp center near you to have your labs done, and they will send them to me, the results for review. Now, outside of cost, the other main question tends to be about if you can have your labs done prior to the first visit so that the lab results can be discussed at the initial visit. So if you fall into that category and you want to do that, then you can schedule a lab order and evaluation video visit by clicking the schedule visit button at the top of our website. And you and I will get on the video. We'll discuss your health concerns, what labs you are desiring to be ordered, and then I will email you the lab order. The actual visit is $62, and that money will be applied to the cost of your first initial visit if you choose to go this route. So the video visit itself, or should I say the price for a Phentermine prescription, is $140. And so that's going to include your initial video visit, lab evaluation, the office visit, and your first 30-minute follow-up. 1981 MD does not bill insurance, and so all the visits will be out of pocket. And for any subsequent or follow-up visit, they're going to be time-based, and that's going to be $31 for 15 minutes and $62 for 30 minutes. So if you have a question, then you can always send me a text 205-259-7035, or you can email me at info@1981md.com. You can also complete the contact form that's on the homepage if you have any questions. These are the 3 easiest ways and quickest to get in contact with me. So I look forward to working with you on your weight loss journey.